Hello my dear friends, welcome back to day 4 of my Lake Michigan road trip tour, also known as the special series of hitting 1 million subscribers. If you just stumbled across this video and missed day 1, 2, and 3, I suggest you pause it, go watch those, and then come here to continue the journey. Good morning everyone. Today we're gonna have breakfast at the hotel. It's one of my things whenever I go on vacation. I don't drink coffee usually, and I don't have breakfast usually, but it's part of a vacation tradition for me, at least, to have breakfast at the hotel at least once during my vacation and drink a cup of coffee. I don't know, it's just a thing. Call it a ritual. So let's go check it out. So they had your usual hotel breakfast items, like milk, cereal, bananas, apples, some pastries, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, sausage patties, and, all that. My sister went straight for the waffles, and here we were trying to figure out how much you need to add. Usually they have these little cups that are kind of like pre-measured, so you just fill it up and that's exactly the amount you need to use. But since we couldn't see those anywhere, we kind of estimated how much you need, and it kind of worked out. But anyway, I went ahead and grabbed myself a little bit of everything because if you've been following me for a while, you already know that I like to try a wide range of things and sometimes create, unorthodox food pairings. So I got myself some peanut butter, some strawberry jam, a couple of fried eggs, a sausage patty, some strawberry yogurt, and of course some cream cheese. I took all this to the table and then I went back to grab the waffle that my sister made for me. And by the way, it's like everyone woke up and got ready exactly at the same time. Remember, there wasn't anyone here a few minutes ago? Well, now, literally, people were pouring in. I honestly don't know why I grabbed the banana because I ended up eating it a couple of days later. But oh well. I went back for some orange juice and then a few utensils. And I know, a lot of trips to and from the table, but finally I had everything I needed. So here's my special Mackinaw City hotel breakfast creation. I used one half of my waffle and started by adding some cream cheese, then a fried egg, the sausage patty, and another fried egg. I took one more quick trip to the kitchen? I don't even know what you call that part of the hotel. Is it like the breakfast area? But anyway, I went to grab some Heinz hot taco sauce packets that caught my eye while I was there. I added those to the, sandwich, and I basically had a combo of flavors that I never tried before. And it was actually really, really good. And after tasting it, even my sister agreed with that. At this point, the rest of the family joined us, and once I finished the last 2 bites, I went over to grab my coffee and complete the vacation hotel breakfast ritual. And remember, I still had the other half of the waffle? Well, I ate half of that, which is technically a quarter of a waffle, with some classic peanut butter and jelly, and then poured breakfast syrup on the other quarter. And of course, I washed it all down with a good old cup of joe. After that, we went out for a drive around Mackinaw City. Just driving around and taking it all in because today was the last full day in Mackinaw City. It had rained overnight, so the trees and the grass had this crisp green color. It was just perfect. There wasn't much to do at this time, so we decided to cross the iconic Mackinaw Bridge and go to St. Ignace for a bit. And this is when my mom and sister started to panic. They really didn't like crossing this very long bridge. On the other hand, my dad and I were just having a blast. And partly it was also because of how terrified my mom and sister were. I mean, I wish you could have seen their faces. The view from the bridge was amazing, and we were able to also see one of the ferries taking some lucky people to Mackinac Island. And I was low-key jealous. Other than probably hating bridges, the main reason why my mom and sister were so anxious about it was most likely because there was just one lane each way and we were literally driving on this metal grate. It was a little sketchy at first look, but I was certain everything was okay. I don't like walking on those grates whenever they're on the street, but for some odd reason, driving on one didn't faze me. At this point, we were halfway there and I spotted another one of Shepler's ferries, and I wasn't sure exactly where this one was coming from. It looked as if it's going to Mackinaw City and maybe coming from St. Ignace, which I thought was a little bit weird. So we reached the other side and all of a sudden there was some mixed feelings about actually going in and visiting St. Ignace. I forgot exactly what the reason was, but I think it had something to do with Like going in St. Ignace means we will spend a lot of time there and then we'll come back a little bit too late. So we ended up turning back and going straight to the hotel. Back at the hotel, my sister wanted a little dose of nostalgia and we started watching some Teen Titans on the TV. Then I pulled out my tools and did a little bit of grooming because, you know, you gotta look good for everyone watching. After that, I spent some time finishing the video for the upcoming Saturday, which, if you're curious, it's titled Opening and Tasting Some Foodie Mini Brand Series 2. And finally, my sister and I decided to go out and explore that cool Mackinaw City street and all the shops they had to offer. I saw this store called Nerd Ferguson's, which we'll come back to in a little bit because first we had to say hi to Bumblebee. I mean, how could you not? Just look at him. I mean, isn't he so cool and cute? I don't know who he belongs to and how they decided to have it here, but whoever did it, very good decision. We're back to see Bumblebee. He's finally complete, I guess, but they're still working on some things, so maybe we're gonna come out later tonight to see it again. Maybe it's lit up, who knows? But right now we're just gonna explore around, see what other shops are here that we didn't go into, and I guess spend some money. No, I'm kidding. Maybe a little bit, not too much. This is the Mackinaw Sharkey's Mackinaw Outlet. Sharkey's Mackinaw Outfitters, I mean. You wanna go in? All right, well, I guess we're going in. Let's see what they have. So this is where I finally got into the shopping for souvenir spirit. I started looking for all kinds of things I can buy for the loved ones back home. And of course, I also looked for bracelets, miniatures, and other cool stuff I could get for myself. The store was very well stocked and had some reasonable prices, you know, for such a touristy place. It had a ton of shirts, hoodies, t-shirts, pants, flip-flops, blankets, hats, and everything else in between. I didn't expect to see this, but they had a cage full of decorated hermit crabs. Another first on this trip, seeing a hermit crab, because no, I have never seen one up close. Even though it was cool, the ones hanging on the side of the cage were a little creepy. I checked the bracelets and all the other trinkets that they had on display close to the cash register, but nothing really caught my eye. Across the street from the place we've been at, there was this shop that had all kinds of candy and fudge and, you know, different kind of treats. It was a very nice surprise to see the cherry mash on display, and you know what I'm talking about if you've seen day 2. I took my time and checked the rest of the store, but I didn't see anything that I can't find in the Chicago area, so I went back to the counter. I started picking up some individually packed Mackinaw fudge and had to ask my sister to hold some. No, this was not all for me. I got most of it as souvenirs for back home. Of course, I wanted them to also try the cherry mash, so I grabbed a few of those and I got myself the big cherry milkshake, which I think is a variation of the cherry mash. And once again, I didn't try any of the fudge that I just bought, nor the cherry milk, what is it? Big cherry milkshake. So we're gonna try everything right now and I'm gonna let you know what I think. So I think we should start with the big cherry milkshake. It says here that there's a whole cherry center. Okay, so it looks a little bit different than the usual cherry mash, but it's all about the center, I guess. So let's cut it in half and see how it looks inside. Here's a quick look at the cross section. All right, enough talking because this chocolate is melting on my fingers. Not that it's a bad thing, of course. Well, it's very sweet. It's quite good, but I think I prefer the cherry mash better. I do like that this one has some peanuts in the chocolate here on the side. And aside from making it taste better, it also adds a little bit of texture. I really love the combination between peanuts and chocolate. Okay, now it's time to try the fudge. So this is Devon's Mackinac Island Fudge Company. In terms of flavors, I got the peanut butter, I got the regular chocolate, I got the maple pecan, I got the Snickers in Mackinac Island Fudge, and then the chocolate almond fudge. So what I'm gonna do is open all of them, cut a piece, and then we're gonna try it one after another. All right, so we have all of them nicely lined up and we're gonna try the peanut butter one first. It is a whole lot softer than the Joanne fudge, but again, the Joanne fudge wasn't that soft because I had it for a while. The peanut butter one is good, but I don't have anything to compare it with from this, lineup. So let's go to the chocolate. I like the chocolate one more. And even though the peanut butter chocolate has, half peanut butter, half chocolate. For some reason, I feel like the chocolate part does not taste the same as the chocolate fudge. I don't know why. All right, up next is the maple pecan or pecan. Oh yeah, it has maple in it, all right. But I do like maple syrup, so it's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as the peanut butter one. So what I'm gonna do is move them here on the board. So right now, this right here is the order. I like this one the best, second, third. Now let's try the Snickers. This is really interesting because I think there's like chunks of Snickers bar mixed throughout this fudge. So this should be good. This one is really, really good. Like really, really good. They took a Snickers and mixed it in with fudge. Definitely my favorite so far. And the last one we're gonna try is the chocolate almond fudge. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's literally like the chocolate fudge, but with almonds. That's pretty much it. And I don't know, I would actually prefer the just regular chocolate over it, you know? There you have it, my review of the chocolate fudge that I bought off the island. Even though I like the Snickers one the most, Joanne is still my favorite. Especially the way it is right now, you know, a little bit dehydrated, a little bit, you know, dry, and I keep forgetting that word, crumbly. It's very crumbly. These are very soft. I prefer the crumbly version. Okay, now let's go back to Mackinaw City. We stopped for a minute to see how the Bumblebee project is coming along, which I thought was really interesting. I know, Bumblebee is all over this vlog lately, but come on. I mean, you can't say this isn't cool. I mean, look at it. So now we're gonna go to Nerd Ferguson's because they have toys and stuff like that, so maybe we can find something here. That's not my goal to find mini brands necessarily, but maybe we can find some miniature stuff that's something else or see something interesting, you know? While Nerd Ferguson's was pretty cool and they had some interesting stuff, I didn't find any miniatures in particular. Do you guys remember this? It was a miniature from the toy mini brands. Even the real one is small. Did you see it? This display was by far the coolest thing I've seen in the entire store. I can't even wrap my mind around how exactly it works. I've never seen anything like it. At this point, we were store hopping and I found these interesting looking bracelets, but I was having a hard time deciding, so I asked my sister for her opinion. These are pure copper magnetic leatherette bracelets. I don't know exactly what leatherette is supposed to mean, but that's what it says on it. So here's how it looks up close. It says here that wearing a magnetic bracelet can reduce pain and increase energy. Now the keyword here is can. It doesn't mean that it actually will. And to be honest with you, I don't really believe in these things. I just thought that, you know, the bracelet itself looks really cool. Even here on the back, it says that this magnet is not being sold as a medical device. Magnet is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Yeah. And I mean, if you believe in that, no offense, you do you, I just don't. So let's put it on real quick and see how it gets along with the rest of the bracelets. You know what? All of a sudden I have more energy and less pain. All right, back to the trip. Next, we found the coziest mom and pop souvenir shop where they were selling all kinds of interesting things like leather stuff, belt buckles, and much more. The owner of the shop was such a cute and funny lady. She was the type of person that just glows with positive energy. One interesting thing I found here were these wooden stickers. I mean, I had no clue something like this exists. Stickers made from wood? That's crazy. After we said goodbye to the nice lady, we walked for a little bit and my sister was looking up to see what time does Wienerlicious closes. Remember that place with the huge hot dog on the roof? Well, I just found out from my sister that Wienerlicious, it's actually closed. They close at 4:30 and right now it's, I don't know, 5, I think. We were about to eat there tonight. And then tomorrow we're leaving the hotel and going into the Upper Peninsula, and the place actually opens at 11, so we're not gonna get to eat there. Oh well, we're gonna find something else. So we went into another ice cream / chocolate shop to check out what they have, and I found another cool chocolate related quote. Then I got a call from my parents and we were basically trying to decide where to eat this evening. However, going back to the hotel meant that we were going to pass the Wienerlicious place, and upon further inspection, guess what? They were actually open, so I guess you can't always go by what you see online. Now, all I had to do was wait for everyone else to show up and then order some food. I took this opportunity to carefully inspect the menu and decide what I'm getting. Obviously not the Chicago dog because I live there and I can get it whenever I want. So of course, I went with the Mackinaw, some waffle fries, and a jumbo pretzel. The Mackinaw hot dog is, according to their menu, a Mackinaw City favorite. It's a bacon-wrapped winner with cheese sauce. Once the food was ready, and let me tell you, those waffle fries looked amazing. I took the trays outside since it was nice weather. I forgot who exactly got the Chicago dog, but come on, really? I don't know how good of an idea was to eat outside, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a little bit. The hot dog was good, I would get it again, but there wasn't anything extraordinary about it. It tasted exactly as it sounds, a bacon-wrapped dog with cheese on top. Remember when I said that I don't know if it was a good idea to eat outside? Well, that was because my dad decided to feed the seagulls. And I was like, okay, here we go. You know how it is with these guys. Once you feed them one by one, they keep coming until there's an army of them. By the way, the waffle fries were as delicious as they looked, especially the ones with the cheese. I feel like the only way you could make them better is to add a few slices of dill pickles. Also, the pretzel was better than I thought, so we went in to get some more before leaving. It was still early, around 6 p.m, so we decided to drive to St. Ignace for real this time. And that meant we had to cross the bridge. So once again, my mom and my sister started to complain and get anxious about it, especially once we got on that portion of the bridge where you have to drive on the middle grades. But soon enough, we were on the other side and officially entered the Upper Peninsula after paying a toll of $4. We stopped at the Family Fare supermarket to get some drinks. Well, I had to get some drinks. Also, this is another first. I've never been to a Family Fare supermarket. We don't have this in Illinois, but there's quite a few locations in Michigan. We drove around the city for a little bit and then we went to Castle Rock. Unfortunately, it was closed, but that's fine because tomorrow when we leave Mackinaw City, we are actually passing this place and we can stop then. So we were headed back to the hotel, and as soon as we got to the bridge, guess what? All the lanes were closed. I knew there was construction on the bridge and I was afraid that something bad happened and they will keep it closed for hours. The problem was that all our stuff was at the hotel in Mackinaw City, so it would have been very unpleasant if we had to stay in St. Ignace overnight. After about 15 minutes, it became very obvious why the bridge was closed. It was because of a few trucks that were carrying oversized loads. However, I wish they would have at least announced it on their website or on those LED panels so that tourists like us wouldn't start worrying about getting back to Mackinaw City or back to St. Ignace if you were on the other side. And by the way, what I didn't understand was why did they close the other side of the bridge? Why couldn't the cars coming from Mackinaw City to St. Ignace just follow behind the overload trucks? If anyone knows the answer to that question, please let me know. I am genuinely curious. We safely arrived back to Mackinaw City and then... All right, everyone wants ice cream, so we're gonna get ice cream. We're back to that sweet spot place where we stopped, but we didn't get anything.
Okay.
I don't mind either way. Never mind, change of plans. Too many people there, and I don't know, sis didn't... I really don't know what she felt about it, but she wants Dairy Queen, so we're gonna go get a Blizzard or something. Let's get something different so that each of us can try something different. As usual, I suggested that we all get something different because, you know, I wanted to try other stuff, not just the one thing I'm getting. And the Blizzard I got was the peanut butter cookie dough party. It was really good, except for the sprinkles. I don't care much about them. And I know someone out there will have something to say about this, just how they did about the root beer float. Both my mom and my sister got the brownie batter Blizzard, which was also amazing. But then again, I like everything that's with chocolate. My dad got a picnic peach cobbler, which was absolutely amazing. I don't know if this flavor is just seasonal, but if it is, they should make it part of the menu. It's that good. And just so that you get an idea for how serious I am about trying different flavors, the peach cobbler was actually my first choice, but since Dad wanted to get it, I decided to go with something else because I knew I would end up tasting the peach cobbler from him. And that way, I would try 2 different flavors. Well, 3, because I tried the one for my sister as well. And that was it. After finishing our blizzards, we went back to the hotel where we stayed the night. Alright my friends, that was day 4, and I do hope that you enjoyed it as much as all the other days. Thank you in advance for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And now, you know the drill. As usual, you guys stay golden and keep on shining. Until the next video. Bye bye.